Hello Flowly friends, welcome. If you are here today, you probably know what it feels like to wake up in a body that feels stiff and resistant and a little bit unwilling. So this is definitely the practice for you. Today we're going to move slowly and gently and move within your comfort, because this is somatic yoga, which works a little differently from traditional yoga. So rather than stretching or strengthening in any kind of conventional sense, we're going to be communicating with the nervous system, releasing habitual tension and reminding the body of its own natural, easy way of moving. Everything here is an invitation and not an instruction. If something doesn't feel good for you today, then simply don't do it. You are always the expert of your own body, so there's no forcing and nothing to push through. So even though today we are going to be doing this session standing up, if you feel like you want to be near a wall or maybe a windowsill or have a chair, something that you can reach out to, then by all means grab that and have that close by. So if you need to pause the video for a moment to get yourself together, then do that and then come and meet me on the mat in a moment. So standing on your mat, wherever you feel comfortable, let's just start to bring the awareness down to the feet and maybe have a little bit of a shift about here. Maybe you take a little rock, lifting the heels and the toes, or maybe a little sway from side to side, whatever just feels natural for you to do here. And then just nice and gently come to a little stillness. You might close your eyes here, or you can definitely soften your gaze. And then just start to move your awareness from your feet, slowly moving up through the body. And just noticing what comes up for you today, how you're feeling. Now you don't have to stand completely still. If you wanted to take a little sway as you're moving that awareness up, then by all means do that. Notice how your muscles are doing today. Notice how your joints are feeling. And try not to rush, moving through each part of the body. Whenever you reach the crown of the head, just start to turn your attention a little more inwards. Maybe you focus on your breath here, or maybe you just keep focusing on how you feel right now. Whenever you're ready, just start to take a little sway of the body, side to side or forward and backward, whatever resonates with you today. Maybe take a little wiggle of the fingers. Maybe you add in a little sway of the head and the neck. So not thinking too much about how you move, but just moving intuitively. Just keep breathing as naturally as possible. Wonderful. Perfect. Let's nice and slowly come into a little stillness now, so you can just slowly bring that sway to a stop. And then you can open your eyes here if you haven't opened them already. Let's take a little roll of the shoulders. So nice and slowly squeezing the shoulders up to the ears and rolling them back. Nice soft arms. Nice big rolls, starting to open up your heart space a little bit here. Let's take one more. And lovely, let it go. Perfect. Okay, we're going to turn the torso over to the right side. So just kind of keeping your legs where they are. Try and be nice and soft in the legs. So soft knees, not locking the knees in. And just taking that little twist of the torso to the right side. So both hands are just on that right leg. Let's take an inhale and nice and slowly sweep up the right arm, taking it up above the head. But if you want to keep it a little bit lower, maybe at head height or chest height, you can definitely do that as well. So sweeping the arm and then nice and slowly let the right arm follow and just bring yourself over to the left. Lovely. Stay here and then take an inhale and slowly, gently sweep to the other side. Let's keep that going. And like I say, you move in any way that feels good for you. If your shoulders are aching, if they're hurting today, then maybe we don't take the arm all the way above the head. We're trying our best to tune into how we feel today and only moving in a way that's not going to aggravate. That's not what we're looking for. Perfect. Keep it going. Wonderful. Perfect. Let's do one more little sweep of the arms up and then ending on that right side. Nice and slowly, just bringing yourself back to center. Okay, so taking a little softness in your knees, have a little bounce here. Nice little bounce up and down. You might close your eyes here and just notice how you feel in your legs today. How do the knees feel? And there's no right or wrong answer here. If you're not really feeling anything, if there's nothing too much to feel in this area today, then that's fine too. And then if there is something that you're feeling, maybe there's a little inflammation in your knees or a little pain there today, go nice and easy, slow down the movement, or you can just come to a stop and just stand still. Just keep that breath flowing in and out. Wonderful. Okay. Perfect. When you're ready, just coming to a little stillness again, we're going to take an inhale and sweep in the arms nice and gently up into the air. So not big straight arms, nice soft elbows, a little sweep up. And then if you can, taking a generous bend into the knees and nice and slowly fold yourself forward over your thighs into a little ragdoll position. Arms are nice and loose here. You let your head hang forward and we take a little sway from side to side. So notice what comes up for you here. You may feel a little stiffness or tension in your low back here. And what does that little sway from side to side, what is that doing for your back? Can you feel the tension slowly melting away? Or is something else coming up for you here? Wonderful. Perfect. When you're ready, just come to a little stillness again. And then we're going to take an inhale and we're going to ragdoll rise. So your arms are hanging down and slowly, slowly, you're pressing yourself up, rolling the spine up into a standing position. Perfect. When we get here, we take a little roll of the shoulders and sweep the arms back just a little bit as far as you feel you can go. and then sweep them forward nice and slowly. We're going to give ourselves a little hug here. So I love to do this. Give yourself a little squeeze. And if it's comfortable, maybe you drop your chin down to your chest. Lovely. Let's breathe in deeply. Notice how you feel. Sigh out any tension you might be feeling. Wonderful. And then let's take an inhale and slowly lift the head up. Lift the elbows up into the air, and slowly and gently we're releasing the arms up, up, up. A little bit of a stretch here. A little wiggle of the fingers maybe. Take a little bounce into those knees. And then when you're ready, slowly fold yourself down again into that little ragdoll. Perfect. When you get here, you can opt for stillness or take that little sway again. We're doing what feels good for the body. And same with the knees as well. You can go as generous or that lighter bend into the knees if that's what you prefer. Perfect. Whenever you feel ready, take an inhale and start to roll yourself up slowly again, taking your time. Straightening up the spine, little roll of the shoulders, a little sweep back of the arms, and then sweeping them forwards. Give yourself a big squeeze again, big hug. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop your chin down to your chest if that feels good. So even here as well, you might take a little sway from side to side, or maybe you give the backs of your shoulders a little rub here. Wonderful. And then just come to stillness if you do move. Release the elbows up into the air. Take a little reach and stretch here. Stretching as much as you like. Maybe you come up onto your tiptoes. That might feel good. If you want to feel grounded, keep those feet down on the floor. Take a little bend into those knees and then float yourself back down again, nice and steady. Letting the head hang forwards again, stillness or a little sway. What feels good? Wonderful. Let's roll ourselves up one more time. So inhale, roll it up nice and slowly. Take your time, tuning into how your body is feeling as you roll up. And then same again, little roll of those shoulders, a little sweep back of the arms, and then sweeping them forwards. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe drop your chin to your chest, only if it feels good. Do you want to add a little movement here? Do you want to give you the back of your shoulders a little bit of a rub as well here? Wonderful. So giving yourself a little hug, it's a nice way to self-soothe, especially on days when you're not feeling 100% in your body. Come back to some stillness. Take an inhale, release the elbows and the arms up, up, up into the air. And then just as before, maybe you reach and take that little stretch. You might lift the heels, lower them down. There's no right or wrong. Do whatever feels good. Perfect. And then bring your palms together. Exhale. Let's bring the hands down and place them on the heart space. Let's take a few breaths here. Just noticing, tuning in to how we feel in this moment right now after that little bit of movement. And even here, you might still continue with a little sway if that feels good. Really trying to connect to the body today. We're choosing to listen. We're choosing to take things easier, slower, because sometimes that's what we need to do. Sometimes we need to just honour the body, especially if we do deal with issues like arthritis. Maybe you have a similar musculoskeletal issue. And even though we might want to move, sometimes we just need this. We just need a little gentle movement. We need to tune into the body, find that deeper connection, and hopefully ease a little bit of the pain, a little bit of the stress we might be feeling when we're not quite ourselves. Perfect. Just come back to stillness for a moment. You can keep your hands on your heart, or you might bring your hands to your hips. We're going to take a little step back with the right foot. So kind of coming into a little warrior one position with the legs. So you don't need to step back too far. You want to feel nice and comfortable. You can have a soft bend, or you can go deep into the bend in the front knee. Again, seeing how it feels. Notice what comes up for you here. And just try and allow your torso just to be nice and tall. We're going to do a little bit of movement with the arms here, but really we want to feel grounded in the feet. So just allow the feet to be firmly pressed into the floor so you feel super grounded. Remember, if you're using a chair or you've got a wall or anything next to you, to have it closed just in case you do need to reach out at any point. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to release the arms down by our sides. And then we're going to take a little sweep of the arms forward, taking a little lean of the torso. So the kind of the arms and the torso sweep forwards, and then they rise up. Lovely, nice big reach. Maybe you stretch it out, maybe you don't. Maybe you just take the little sweep up and that's enough. If you want to go that little bit further, stretch up that little bit higher, feel the torso stretch. And then exhale, let's bring the hands down to the heart space. Let's do a couple more of those. So release the hands, little sweep back, a little gentle sweep forward, torso kind of leans. Again, we rise, maybe we stretch, and then hands down to your heart. Lovely, one more, sweep it down, bring it forward, soft, gentle, and exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Wonderful. Take a moment here. Breathe deeply. How does that feel? Can you notice any new sensations moving around the body? Maybe in your arms and your shoulders, or maybe somewhere else in the body. Perfect. When you're ready, let's take a step forward. So right foot forwards. Wonderful. And then just take a little pedal of your feet here, your legs. Just creating a little bit of blood flow in those standing legs again. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to step that left foot back for a little warrior one stance. So remember, not too far back. We're not going for a deep stretch or anything here, but we do want to feel grounded. So a little bend into the knee, or a deep bend if that feels better for you. Ground the feet, so just taking that moment to connect to the feet, noticing how they feel. If we're feeling wobbly, if we're feeling unsteady, we can bring that back foot in. You know, sometimes a small little adjustment will suddenly make you feel a little bit more stable. Wonderful. Hands are still at the heart space. We're going to do those little sweeps forward with the arms when you're ready. So release the hands nice and slowly down by your sides. And then sweep it forward. Torso leans as much as you like here, or as little as you like. Reach up and exhale. Hands down to your heart. Perfect. Gently release the hands. Sweep it forwards. Rise up. And hands down to your heart. Last one. Let's release and sweep it forwards, rising up. Maybe we stretch, maybe we keep it soft, and exhale, hands down to your heart. Stay here for a moment, again tuning in to maybe sensation, what's coming up for you. And also by tuning in, you're deepening that strength, that connection that you have with your own body. And that is a really beautiful thing to have. Not many people really listen to their bodies, so this gives you that time to do that, to connect. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, take a nice step forward with that left leg. Perfect. You might take a little pedal of the feet again. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay, we're going to take ourselves back into our little arm hugs again here. So we are going to take some softness in the knees. Maybe you take a little bounce before we go into it. And then just take an inhale and just allow your arms just to come up above the head. Take a little bit of a wiggle of the fingers. Maybe you keep swaying here from side to side. Take an inhale. And then exhale nice and slowly. Float yourself down again over the thighs into that little rag doll. Notice how it feels. You might notice the back feels a little different now. Maybe the back of the hips feels different. Just from doing a little warrior pose, little warrior movement. You can sway here or stay still. Remember, no right or wrong. Perfect. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, start to roll yourself up. Nice and slowly, ragdoll roll up. We stack the spine nice and gently. Take a little roll of the shoulders as we sweep the arms slowly, gently back behind us. Then we sweep forward in for that hug. Give yourself a squeeze. Drop your chin to your chest if that feels good. Take some breaths here. How do you feel in this moment right now? Wonderful. Take an inhale and gently lift up your head. Lift the elbows slowly, slowly releasing the arms up. Do you take a big stretch or do you keep it soft? Wonderful. Take that generous bend in the knees and then float yourself back down into your ragdoll. Each time you come down, noticing where in the body are you feeling resistance or tension? Or maybe something's released. Maybe you did feel resistance and tension. Now that seems to have eased off a little bit. Again, no right or wrong answer here. Only you know how you feel in your body today. Perfect. Wonderful. When you're ready, inhale, start to roll yourself up again. Slowly, slowly, gently. We're going to go in for one more hug. We're going to roll those shoulders, sweep the arms back, sweep them forward slowly. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really give yourself the biggest hug you've given yourself so far today. Show yourself some love. That's why you're here. You're here on the mat because you wanted to do something for your body. It might not be a full energetic yoga practice or fitness practice, but you've still come here because you wanted to move your body. Your body will thank you for showing up for it today. Wonderful. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift the head And then the elbows, reaching the arms up one last time for a nice big reach and stretch. Let's see if we can reach that little bit higher this time. Wiggle the fingers. Maybe take a little sway from side to side. You might even close your eyes here if that feels good. And then whenever you feel ready, slowly allow the arms to float down. Keep a little movement going if that feels good. And let's bring the hands, resting them on the heart space. And then notice how you feel here. One last time. How does your body feel? And how do you feel? How do you feel at the end of this practice? Let's gently come to a little stillness. And let's take a few deep breaths here just to end this practice. So big inhale through your nose and a lovely sigh out through your mouth. 2 more of those. Inhale deeply. Sigh out. Last one. Inhale deeply. And sigh it out. Perfect. Whenever you feel ready, gently blink, open your eyes. And that brings us to the close of today's practice. If you enjoyed this session, then please give me a little like, as it really does help other people find my videos. Leave me a little comment as well. Let me know how you're feeling after this practice, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll leave some playlists below for different types of yoga. I have some joint-friendly yoga sessions as well, which are great if you do have arthritis or any other musculoskeletal issue. And yeah, I hope that you have a good day. Take good care.